hello my squeeps. So anyways, they just posted about expeditions for devblock for Darktide, and I just needed to get on it instantly. At first I thought this was gonna be like Chaos Waste, and honestly after reading what it actually is, I legit think this is legit better than what Chaos Waste could have been for this game. This actually like genuinely sounds super interesting, sounds super nice, super interesting, super cool. I just repeated myself because I'm legit like actually hyped about Darktide for the first time after like a million fucking years. This is so cool, okay? Anyways, no more rambling. Let's actually get into it, what it seems to be. So the entire point of what this mode is supposed to be is a more open area outside of Tertium where you get an auspex that tells you points of interest, and the longer you play the run, the more like hard it gets, and you get more rewarded. And it's basically a more open style, like scavenging, like instance that is randomly generated. Not entirely procedurally as they put it here in the dev block, but it is very, very close to what that is. So basically a completely new experience, which sounds really cool. They also mentioned that there's going to be more cosmetics that you can earn from penances. Apparently they said that they cooked up something cool, so I do hope that that's going to be the case. The screenshots of the places look really cool. I absolutely love the new map where it was like more open outside of like the Atoma fucking Prime fucking Hive City, whatever. So seeing this, I'm also very happy about this. This looks very interesting. Maybe like even Roman monstrosities. So, well, the new Packmaster Ogryn, that I have also a video about it. They say that the runs will take around 10 to 30 minutes, depending on what you do, how you want to take it. Sounds great to me as well. Hopefully you can actually like sit there longer than 30 minutes, of course, if you want to. But everything so far here, how they mention it, legit exciting for me as someone that has played Tide games since Vermintide 1. This genuinely sounds very, very cool and impressive. I just didn't expect it whatsoever, okay? I am like mega hyped about this. Like this just looks super, super fucking cool, okay? And now that we got a little smaller overview about it, let's actually get into some more like technical, detailed like explanation of what it is by basically reading the blog. In this new game mode, you and your team will go outside Hive Tertium to retrieve important tech remnants. When you play the Expeditions game mode, you will do it through several runs, with each run using a set of randomized variables that make up the map you will play on. A run will most likely be between 10 to 30 minutes, depending on how far you will go. Being outside of the protection of Tertium is nasty business, and radiation and pollution means you can stay there for too long. You will either reach the end of the run and extract in a Valkyrie, or you might opt to leave early and take what tech remnants you secured with you to safety. Turns out and you die, you get nothing. It's a high risk, high reward play. After the run is done, you will unlock new parts of a map depending on how much tech remnants you bring back, and the more you unlock, the more interesting missions you can embark on. Making the map sit truly outside the Hive is something we thought about for a while now. We played around with areas close to the edge before, but this is the first time we are truly outside. This new season let us do plenty of cool things for the game. First and foremost is the vast open space that lends itself perfect for the new mission structure. The Valkyrie will land in what we chose to call a scavenge zone, and the moment you exit, you can use a new feature on the auspex, letting you find several sites of interest. So, first things first that I want to like kind of talk about this point here is that Chaos Waste had kind of similar structure of how the map looks right here in this picture, but the difference is that it seems like you can go down there as well. The way they portrayed it is basically there's not gonna be like, oh, it's just an open path and you go to the ending kind of deal. You actually have the means to like just basically explore everywhere, which I already said, but I just wanted to repeat myself about this. There will be spaces that you wouldn't see inside the Hive, cool tunnels through mountain sites and sneaky paths and such, want to reward players for exploring their map. Sounds super cool, exciting for this kind of style of gameplay, okay? There's no set path like in the other game modes in Darktide, so it will be up to you and the team to decide how to traverse the zone and what already to get to the different sites. So once again, this is just the entire point of where we're getting that this is a more open area. You can do whatever you want, depending on how you go. Of course, the time is very important for you as well. Yara yara. Find sections that you spend the salvage, you get the perks or whatever, the new toys, the explosives, the Valkyrie stuff. So yeah, that's also that. The sanctuaries will also be the place where you will meet the Deadsiders, people living in the Badlands outside the Hive. They might be a bit wary of new faces, but thankfully we have Swagger. Finally we get some, feel about who that guy even is, because, that wasn't really a thing for the longest time. We just have, oh yeah, he exists kind of deal. But, naturally the sites of interest will be different too. Sometimes based on defeating enemies, and other times they can be quite puzzle-like. Collaboration will be key to solve these sites quickly, but sometimes you might even want to split up. However, that can also backfire if you all of a sudden need to run back to save someone from your team. That will eat up a lot of precious time. Not to mention the randomness of how the map generates and the enemies work. Game mode to be very replayable. This really comes into play with how these maps are created. This is what I was talking about. While not truly procedurally generated, they're very randomized in their composition. Different sites of interest can show up in different spots with different enemies. The runs themselves can also have different modifiers and effects, so it should feel quite unique every time you go for a new run outside Tertium. Want to take the randomness of combat in Darktide and apply it to an entire play experience. Really. To add to this, we also changed what we call the main path, one of the core systems of the Darktide. This is the system that normally checks how far the players are into a mission and adjusts enemy spawns accordingly. So this is what I was talking about, is that this seems to be like an entirely different system. So that also sounds cool, interesting. They have built a new system that takes into the account the actions taken by the player and sets the challenge accordingly. Your decisions matter a lot, as the system will track how long the run has been active and how many things you have done, among other things. Really wanted each one to feel different. Okay, the enemies will not just spawn and attack the players in waves, but they can be found roaming around, and this adds tactical depth to the mission set out there. Are you in hurry, but clearly you see that monstrosity is lurking around between you and the objective you've set your eyes on? That sounds cool as well, the fact that there can be roaming monstrosities. I know that this is Ogre and Pack Master, probably Demon Host as well, but I do wonder if that's also gonna be the other monstrosity that we already have in the game. So we have also an expedition map of grid points. Bringing back tech remnants will unlock more and more for you to explore. Unlocking more also lets you get to crazier modifiers. We want the game mode with a degree of success during missions. Even if you opt to extract early, the tech remnants you bring will count towards unlocking new grid points. So you basically can extract earlier to get some progress to unlock another part of the mission. But you can also just do an entire run and I guess get even more progress. But you know, that's what it is so like beautiful about it, is that you actually genuinely have more kind of, what is it called, ability to just forge your own path on your own pace, which is nice because let's be honest, like Damnation Plus and Auric and such got a bit too over the top, and the difficulty kind of got there as well for like more casual audience of the gameplay. So this is clearly good direction for those type of people that just kind of want to sit and relax while playing the game. They will be able to do it still. The climate outside of the hive is very volatile and unstable, causing the long-range sensors of the Morningstar to struggle with updated information about enemy movement and the general lay of the land. This means that the expedition map will update on a regular basis, presenting new challenges and setups to explore. Expeditions is something you will start playing halfway through the progression journey with a character. They are challenging, so getting some good gear and talents will help a lot in these runs. We see this game mode as something you play in parallel with the rest of the game. This not replacing adventure mode. In addition, expeditions come with its own penances, and we cooked up some really cool cosmetic sets for you to unlock too. From the layout of the more open maps to the nature of the run and with the progression layer, we hope that this will prove a fun way to experience Darktide. So far, from how they explain it here, this sounds really, really cool and interesting. Genuinely happy that this is what it is instead of just pure on Chaos Waste. This is a very cool approach. Genuinely sounds really exciting and creative. The one gripe I have is that there's a lot of new systems here, so I do hope that we get some performance updates with this, because considering how the game kind of runs right now, and the more open nature of this map, how it generates randomness and such, I kind of am skeptical about how the game is going to run. Just a bit worried about it there. You know how Darktide has been. Let's be fucking honest, Darktide has been in a very shit spot for the longest time. So this looks very interesting and all, but I'm still very worried about how the performance factor of this game is going to be. And hopefully it's not a buggy mess. Let's be honest, like Darktide usually comes up with some very buggy stuff, but all in all, this looks very, very interesting. So really excited. Let me know what you think in comments about this, and let's hope that this is actually going to be as good as it presents itself.